Bishop Williams, his wife, and Prophet Williams, to my ministers and everyone out there. I just love God. Because what God is doing in the now, what God is doing, you better catch hold to what God is doing in the now. This movement that God is doing right now is so powerful. You better grab hold to it. Because we're living in the supernatural. The supernatural. See, the church has swayed away from the supernatural, but we are all supernatural. See, the reason why we're having trouble down here on earth is we're trying to be normal. Anybody know I'm not normal. I try to be normal, but I can't help it because I am supernatural. Anybody try to be normal? I try to hang with the boys. I try to do what the boys do, but I just couldn't do it. I didn't fit in because I knew that my place was with God. I am a supernatural being. So we're going to talk about the supernatural in the now. Anybody ready for what God is going to do right now? Friends and family day, are you ready to? I'm excited because I see God moving in this place. And we're going to seize the now. The now. The now. Somebody say right now. What God is doing right now. Hallelujah. Go right into the Word of God because God has something for us. Pastor, I just feel all right. I feel all right. Because God is doing something great. I used to entertain. I admit. I used to entertain here on the pulpit, but God has moved me away from entertaining into preaching God's word. It's time out for entertainment. I don't want to tickle anybody's ears anymore. I don't want to come up here and just look like I'm playing a game. I want to do God's will. And God wants us to preach His word and to teach His word. Are you ready for what God's going to do right now? Y'all better hold on, get hold of this. In Acts, the book of Acts, in the 12th chapter, we're going to read a whole lot of verses, so you can sit down if you want to, because we're going to read a whole lot of verses. Starting with the first verse in the 12th chapter of Acts. I just thank God for New Hope coming. New Hope, will you please stand? My family and my ushers. I thank God for my ushers, deacons, and trustees, and security, and choir, and I said security. It's good right there. And everyone, as our youth, I thank God for everyone that came, ministers, we just thank God for you. Did you sit down? Acts the 12th chapter, the first verse. It reads, Now about the time Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church. And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword. And because he saw it pleased the Jews, he proceeded further to take Peter also. Then were the days of unleavened bread. And when he had apprehended him, he put him in prison and delivered him to 4 quarters of soldiers to keep him, intending after Easter to bring him forth to the people. Peter therefore was kept in prison. Somebody say, but prayers. I tell you, prayer, the prayer work. But prayers was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him. And when Herod would have brought him forth, the same night Peter was sleeping between 2 soldiers, bound with 2 chains. And the keeper before the door kept the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord came upon him, and a light shined in the prison. And he smote Peter on the side, and raised him up, saying, Arise, up, go quickly. And his chains fell off from his hands. And the angel said unto him, Gird thyself, and bind on thy sandals. And he did. And he said unto him, Cast thy garments about thee, and follow me. And he went out and followed him, and wist not that it was true which was done by the angel, but thought he saw a vision. Let's go down to the 11th verse. And when Peter was come to himself, somebody say, when Peter came to himself. When Peter came to himself. He said, Now I know of a surety that the Lord has sent his angels, and hath delivered me out of the hands of Herod, and from all the expectation of the people of the Jews. And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together doing what? Prayer. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she knew his voice, she opened not the gate for gladness, but ran in and told how Peter stood before the gate. And when they said unto her, then they said unto her, Thou art mad. But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then said they, It is an angel. But Peter continued knocking. And when they had opened the door, they saw him, and they were astonished. Praise the Lord for his word. Look at your neighbor and tell him, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. My God is all that. He can do all things. Look at somebody else, say, I am not surprised. I am not surprised. Now I'll give you the background. The background is the Jews at this time. See, the church was growing supernaturally. At this time, the church was growing by signs and wonders and miracles. They were normal. Signs and wonders and miracles were normal. And we have gotten away from the signs and wonders and miracles, but it's normal to do signs and wonders and miracles in the spiritual world. When you're operating in the supernatural, you'll find supernatural persecutions. If you ever get there, you'll find that you're going to find some supernatural persecutions from religious and from political realms. There are going to be persecution. But see, the church was growing so strong that it threatened the Jews. The Jews were so threatened by what was happening because the church and Christianity was growing so fast and so rapidly that it threatened Judaism. See, the Jews at this time, when we look back there, the Jews made a pact with the Roman government. They made a pact, and the pact was Judaism was to be recognized as a religion of the Jewish states. And so to keep the peace, they made a pact with Rome so they can be the number one religion of the Jewish people. But Christianity was rising up, and they were afraid because there was something happening, and their Judaism was being threatened by Christianity. So it was the best interest that Jesus, when he came on the scene, that he would not be the Messiah because they didn't believe that Jesus was the Messiah. So they were trying to stop this movement, Christianity movement, and they found that if they would kill these disciples, that the people would be happy. So they said that we killed one of them and it pleased the people, so let's get Peter also because he has a big mouth too. So they arrested Peter and they put him in jail. And all of this was going on and Herod was watching. See, the church, y'all got to get this. We be fighting each other so much, and the devil is watching us. He just let us beat each other up because we don't wear this type of uniform or we belong to this type of organization. And the devil just had to sit back and just watch us act a fool. Peter was attacked, and it pleased the Jews that Peter was in prison. But prayers were made without ceasing. Now, if you believe God heard you the first time, then why do you still pray? I'm glad you asked that question. There are people that you've prayed for that has been delivered. Listen to this. People that you prayed for that has been delivered, and they went back to the same thing that imprisoned them in the first place. So that's why it's important to pray continuously. Because the devil don't care if you've been delivered, as long as you don't continue to be delivered. That's why prayer has to be continuously. They pray without ceasing, and they pray continually. Prayer has to be continuous because deliverance has to be continuous. You don't be delivered one time and that's it. It's a continuous thing. You don't quit smoking one day and say that's it. No, you got to continue to stop smoking the next day.
That's right. Come on. Keep it real. That's right.
Do you know how you know you've been delivered from something or somebody? I'm glad you asked that. You no longer have a desire for it. That's when you know. You no longer have the desire. If you still have a desire for it, temptation corresponds with desire. So when the desire is removed, temptation has no power. When the desire is removed, temptation is powerless. There are people that have been free, has been delivered, been healed. But the Bible, it tells us to give us this day our daily bread. See, it's a daily thing. See, yesterday's bread was for yesterday. Last year's bread was for last year. But give us this day our daily bread. It has to be continuous. Peter was in prison for paying the price of his faith. But prayers were made without ceasing. Many people start out well. And God gives them a token, just a little token of what they've been praying for. And you're so happy that God gave you this little token. And you're so pleased with God. And so you start easing up on your praise. You ease up on your worship. And you ease up on your prayers. And we even ease up on an area of commitment. Where one time you would knock down the doors of the church to make sure you're here on Wednesdays and here on every time the door's open. All of a sudden, God gave you a token and you feel like you don't even need to pray anymore. God gave you a little token, you feel like you don't need to worship anymore. And you find yourself, and see, subconsciously we believe that we've arrived.
Come on, teach it.
We believe that we arrived, so we don't need to pray anymore. We don't need to fast anymore because we arrived. And when a man, see, the minute a man believes he's arrived, that's when. So prayer was made without ceasing. You know what that means? That means even when you get the miracle, it's even after you get the miracle, you still have to continue to pray. Prayer was made without ceasing. Now, sometimes something happened in the spiritual world when Peter was in prison. Something happened. An angel was sent to deliver Peter. And Peter got set free. Now, this is where the story begins. Get a hold of this. Let me start with the story. The Bible says that when Peter was delivered, he went to the house of Mary. And he knocked on the door. But they didn't receive him. The question is, if you're praying for God to answer your prayers, and God sends an answer, why are you still praying? When the noun is seized, when the noun is here, see, when you don't seize the noun, when you don't accept the noun, it goes back to eternity. When you don't receive what God has sent to you, it goes back to whence it came. See, God is opening heaven, opening portals, and sending us blessings, and we are praying for blessings, praying for healing, and God gives us the healing, and we don't receive it, they go right back to heaven. There are two nouns that we fight every day. Two nouns. The noun of time. The noun of time is your circumstance. How real is your circumstance? How real is the devil? How real is your situation? Let me tell you how real it is. When your mind is not renewed, what you're going through is really real.
Come on.
You will draw the conclusion that upon the facts instead of upon the truth. The fact is that you are sick, but that's not your faith. The truth of it is, I believe God to heal me from this disease or sickness that I have. So the fact, I'm not stupid. I know I'm sick, but I still believe God to heal me even in. If you're sick, and you know what strengthens sickness? You put your faith in that sickness. Anything you put faith in, you give it power. If you affirm sickness because you believe it, then you're sick. We are made to believe that anything that we believe, we practice. Now get this, y'all. Anything that we believe, we practice. So, you practice being sick. Some of y'all got a down pat. That's why I hate to ask people how they feel. Sometimes up, sometimes down, sometimes left to the ground. My bunion hurts. My eyelash hurt. Everything on my side. What you've done is you confirmed a lie. Faith was before time. Get this. Faith was before time. During time, it was after time, because faith has a different reality. This is how powerful faith is. Get this, y'all. Faith has an ability to go back and forward.
Go ahead.
Get this. I'm telling you, this is, you're going to be. See, I learned that when the Spirit of God is here, there has to be a change. Anybody ready for a change? Now the Bible says says that they laid hands on the sick, and they were what? Recovered. They laid hands on the sick. That means, this is how great faith is. That means you've been sick for 5 years. When you get healed, your body adjusts back to the 5 years before you got sick.
Come on, Pastor.
And you gain those 5 years
Come on now.
that you've been sick in. Woo! See, faith goes backwards and forward.
Yes, sir.
You might got sick in 5 years ago. 2011. God heals you in 2016. It goes back to the day you got sick. Your body is transformed to the point and renewed. Come on, teach it. That's for the supernatural.
Teach it.
Because God, see, God won't let the devil steal those 5 years.
All right, yeah.
That's why I don't look like I'm almost 60 years old and still look brand new.
Come on now.
Because God will put his finger on time and reverse it. And listen, time is a creation. Get this. So everything that God created, God gave man dominion over it.
That's right. Come on, teach it.
See, the original intent for man, when God made man, was to have dominion over every creature, over everything. So time is not over us, it's under us. So we have dominion even over time.
That's right. Come on.
Time is under me. So I had 3 strokes, y'all. I had a stroke in 2005. I had a stroke in 2010. God healed me. It took me back to 2005.
Come on.
I still got my basketball game on me.
Come on. All right, now. Hey.
I'm not good route, but I still got my game. I still shoot like Steph Curry. See, faith doesn't say, listen to this. Faith doesn't say that it's not there. That the sickness is not there. It doesn't say that you're not sick. Faith doesn't say that. Faith says it's there, but that's not what I'm looking at. Faith says, oh yeah, you got that, but that's what I'm not even looking at that. I see what God is going to do.
All right, now. All right.
So if your situation looks bigger than your faith, that means that you've been looking at it too long. You're looking at it and you lost your faith for it, and it begins to believe what you see. From the moment you begin to believe what you see faith because what you do is your body. And your faith that you have synchronized with a lie. It goes in synchronization with a lie. Your body and your faith, that weak faith, synchronized with a lie. And you believe that lie so long, you feel that you're supposed to be like this. But I told the church on Wednesday on prayer meeting that when I was praying, God showed me that I'm about to come out of my cocoon. I'm about to bust out of my cocoon.
Come on.
If anybody knows where the caterpillar is,
Go ahead. Come on. Teach it.
the caterpillar his destiny isn't to be a caterpillar. What is destined to be? A butterfly. So you might be a caterpillar right now, but you're destined to fly. You might be on your back right now, but you're destined. The strength of any situation is what you believe. Anything you believe will show up. Anything you believe will show up. The noun of faith you believing on? What? Stop that weak faith. Don't you know who you are? Do you realize that what God put inside of you? Do you know how strong you are? How smart the devil is? And what they prayed for was knocking at the door. They were praying for the answer, and the answer was knocking at the door. The church prays for a movement of God. And they pray, God, send a movement. God, send a movement. God, send a movement. And God sends a movement, and they say, oh, it's that time. It's that time. I don't know. I ain't like God. I don't look like God to me. And God says, send it back to heaven. When God sends it, you've been praying for situations, and God sends it. He said, I don't know about that, all that. I don't take all that. You know what we do? We deny God from being God. Peter knocked at the door. He knocked at the door. He was waiting for him to open. He was knocking at the door, and the answer, what they were praying for, was at the door. But they denied the miracle and accepted the fact. The fact that they had to believe was Peter was still in jail. That was a fact. They knew he was in jail. They said some of them went to visit him. He was in jail. That's a fact. But they couldn't get past God can do all things.
That's right.
And they prayed for God to send them a miracle, and the miracle was knocking at their door. And they still said, oh God, please free Peter. Oh God, please free Peter. And Peter knocked at the door.
That's right. Come on, teach it. Teach it.
But if it wasn't for Peter continuously knocking, he kept on knocking. After the young man came to the door and heard it was Peter and ran and told the disciples, Peter could have said, oh, forget it. But what Peter said, I don't care if you believe I'm free or not. I'm free.
Yeah, right.
See, we got to come to the point. I don't care if nobody in the church believes that I'm healed. I'm healed. But Peter said, I'm going to keep on knocking. I don't care if you believe I'm free. I am free. I don't care if you believe that I'm healed. I am healed.
Come on.
I don't need your approval. I don't need it. God gave me it. That's all I need. Peter said, I accept my deliverance, even if nobody else does. Peter knew he was delivered. Even when the church couldn't accept it, Peter knew it. How many know today that they've been delivered? How many know that they've been delivered? I don't care what people say. And see, that's why I don't like to tell people how I feel or what's ailing me, because my uncle had that, and he died 3 days later. I gotta hang there on my toe. Honey, my aunt had to hang there. They had to cut her foot off. What I want you to do right now, because we're going to show our deliverance right now. If we can stand up right now, come get some exercise. If you can stand up where you're at right now. And this is what it's about. Stand and just go in a circle right now. Just turn in a circle and just relax and be. See, this is what that is. A circumstance. A circumstance is a circle that you're standing in right now. That's your circumstance. That circle that you've been circling around, that's your circumstance. You've been going around in the same circle. And what you got to do is break the cycle. Step out of your circumstance. You got to step out of it. I know you've been around it. I know you've seen it before. But it's time for us to break out. You can sit down there. Break out your circumstance. You got to seize the now. And seizing requires you to step out of it. Amen. Step out of it. The Israelites, the children of Israel, God freed them and they went to go to the promised land. What should have took We rename our problems, but it's still there.
Yes, sir.
We rename our demons, but it's still there. We rename people that get on our nerves, but it's still there. They kept on going around in circles and trying to put icing on it by renaming it, but the situation is still there. What you got to do is step out of that situation. Break through. And seize the now. How many times you going to go around in that circle? Aren't you dizzy?
Come on, teach it.
I know you're dizzy. That same circumstance. And you rename it. You give it a pretty name. You give Archie, the one who beat you up one time, a pretty name. You call him Boo Boo now. But he's still Archie. Paint pretty pictures, and the situation is keep on going around in circles and think God is going to deliver you. You got to step out of that. It's time for us to step out of that situation. Step out of those circumstances, and God is ready to deliver you. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to step out. Anybody ready to step out? They go around so long, it's time for you to step out.
Right there.
And then don't talk to people who, see, that's why I don't hang around people who are negative. Just hang on in there, baby. You're going to be all right. Hang on in there. God has not given you the power of faith. Get out of that.
Come on, keep it
How many
real.
times you want to go around in that circle? How many times? And God is saying, just step out of it because I have a greater work for you. I don't know about you, but I'm coming through. Anybody ready to come through? You've been here too long. You get this, y'all. The Bible says everything has a season.
That's right.
Ecclesiastes, it says to everything there's a time and a season.
That's right.
How long you want to go around in that circle? What if I tell you that your sickness is out of season?
Come on. Come on.
The expiration date, you've been going past the expiration date, it expired and you're still holding on to sickness. God has sent deliverance to you, God has sent healing to you, and you're holding on to an expired sickness. You hold on to it and color it and just say it's mine. Oh, mine. And God said, I want to deliver you. He said, no, it's mine. Oh, mine. God said, I'll free you. It's mine. Oh, mine. He said, no, God, no. God said, I got it. I hung it on the cross. He said, it's mine.
Come on now. Keep it
Anybody
real.
remember? I'm old now.
Keep it real.
Anybody remember this cartoon? But this dog. And he loved to eat. And when they gave him biscuits,
Oh,
he
yeah.
would jump up in the air. And
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
he'd choke. Anybody else, man?
No, that's no, it wasn't that.
He would grab a biscuit and just go down. That's what the sickness. Go down. God said, I'm going to deliver you. Peter was knocking on the door. Knocking on the door. Their answer was knocking on the door. And they were just a praying and a praying and a praying. Praying and praise has to go together. They should have been praising God. See, praise is the enforcer. Praise is the enforcer. When you start praising, you enforce miracles. When you start praising, you enforce signs from God and wonders. When you start praising, you enforce healing. Start praising in the midst of your situation. They said one time when Paul was in prison, Peter was in prison, he prayed and sang hymns. He didn't just stay in prison. Oh God, what kind of trouble I'm in? Why you put me in jail? He said, on Christ, the solid rock I stand. All of the ground is sinking sand. All the ground is sinking. Say, I love you, I love you, I love you, Lord, today. Because you care for me and such a special. You know what happened? God starts shaking. And then before I told you, when you start praising, start shaking. It said it shaking so hard that the chains fell off of Peter. It shook the gates open, and Peter just walked out. When you start praising in your situation, praising in your circumstances, and it forces you out. God is knocking at your door right now. Healing is knocking at your door right now. Freedom is knocking at your door right now. Open it up and step out on faith and trust and believe God. What you've been praying for has been knocking at your door. What you've been praying, seeking God for is knocking on your door. Open up, open up, open up, and walk in to the blessing. You better start praising. You better start praising. You better stop feeling sorry for yourself and start praising Him right now. Don't let the devil have any more room. Start praising God in your situation. I know it might not look good, but start praising God in your situation. And in the force, God to move.
Right now. Right now. We all rise, please.
How many times are we going to go in that circle? How many times are we going to say, God, I need you. God, I can't do it. God, please show up. God, I need you right now. And God is not on the door. He's right there. What some of us do is open up and shut it real quick. I remember when I was a child, and my mother, and the insurance man would come through the door. Everybody be quiet. So my mom and wife go, shut up! That's what our weak faith is saying. Say, God, I want to come out of this. The weak faith says, shut up! I still make any sense. But God is saying right now, today is your day to step out of that situation, step out of that circumstance, stop renaming it, and giving pretty titles. And God is saying right now, you've been there too long. You've been in that situation too long. You've been trying to cover it up too long. And the answer is knocking at your door. Knocking at your door. You hear the knock? He's knocking at your door. It's time for you to start walking up and say, God, here I am, God. I'm tired, God. I know that you are the answer, but God, I don't know how to break through. I heard a man talking about breaking through, but what can I do? How can I get out of this? God is saying, give me your heart. Surrender to me. God is saying that today to you, whatever your situation is. You know your situation. It's between you and God. And God wants to bring you out. Bring you out. It's yours right now. If you want prayer, we'll give you prayer. If you want to join this church, no Pastor Williams will do that. Whatever you need right now, God is able. God is able. Step out. Step out. Step out. Step out. Step out. We worship. Yeah, step out. And adore. He's knocking. those books.